So assalamu alaikum again. I picked out two hadiths for this video as well, under the titles Young Companions in the Middle Path and This Young Man Will Live a Century. One of the things I've been reflecting on lately is the way our Prophet ﷺ taught us balance in our faith, in the way we worship and in the way we live as believers. Before I start, I want to do something different this time. I want to start off by showing you guys a clip from a movie I love. So let's watch that.
And often meets his destiny on the road he takes to avoid it.
We have to do something. We can't just let him march on the valley and take his revenge. He'll...
Your mind is like this water, my friend. When it is agitated, it becomes difficult to see. But if you allow it to settle, the answer becomes clear.
But if you allow it to settle, the answer becomes clear. What an amazing quote. That's really what balance is about, isn't it? Not just physical or emotional balance, but spiritual balance too. We live in a world where everything is more. More work, more success, more productivity, more hustle, more. But Islam actually teaches something deeper. It teaches that balance, wasatiyah, is actual strength. So in this video, I want to talk about the two beautiful hadiths that remind us to walk the middle path. Not to give up, not to burn out, but to find that peaceful, consistent rhythm that brings us closer to Allah. So our first hadith is, religion is easy. No one overburdens himself in religion except that it overcomes him. So follow the middle path, try to do your best, and be hopeful. Make use of the early morning, the end of the day, and some parts of the night. Isn't that amazing? It's like he's saying, don't make things harder than they need to be. Stay calm, do your best, have hope, and find those calm moments in the day, maybe in the early morning with the chirping of the birds, or at sunset when it's quiet, or at night when it's dark and quiet, to get closer to Allah when there's no one else around. There's another hadith with a very similar message from our Prophet ﷺ. He says, follow the middle path, strive for excellence, and seek closeness to Allah. Work in the morning, between noon and evening, and also benefit from part of the night, but do not rush. Proceed calmly so that you may reach your destination. That line, do not rush, it really hits home, doesn't it? Because sometimes we get so caught up in being more, doing more, and just pushing ourselves to extremes that we forget. We forget that Islam isn't a race to burn out. It's a steady and sustainable journey. And these aren't just the Prophet's words either. It's written in the Quran as well. In Surah Al-Baqarah it says, Allah intends ease for you, not hardship. And in Surah Al-Hajj it says, He has chosen you and placed no hardship upon you in the religion. When we make religion too difficult, either for ourselves or others, we risk making it unlivable. And worse, we might even push someone away. Just to give an example, trying to film this video, I spent so much time preparing for the script, finding a place to film it, just getting everything ready. Now I realize I spent hours on it when I could have done it a lot faster. I know I wanted it to be perfect, but that's not the point, right? When you make it too hard, right now I feel really overwhelmed maybe, right? And maybe because of this I'm not able to get the message through better, right? So getting stuck on little things for too long isn't the right thing. So I've learned my lesson on this topic while preparing for this topic. So I'm thankful for that as well. It's so true, right? Whenever we're going to take a step into something, we just overthink it. Sometimes we just don't even take the first step because we overthought it so much. So we have to be really careful about that. Moving on. Now, of course, Islam has paths of strictness and ease, and Prophet ﷺ recognized both of them. In a hadith that's not sahih, he said, ﷺ, just as Allah loves those who follow strict paths, He also loves those who choose the easier options. So maybe the real question isn't, am I doing the most? But maybe it's, am I consistent? Am I sincere? Because sometimes we push ourselves to do extra deeds that we sometimes stop doing what's obligatory. I've seen it in my life and others' life, so I can say it with ease. One day we're feeling emotional and down, so we feel closer to Allah, and we're doing suddenly a bunch of ibadats and good deeds. We're reading more Quran, more namaz. The next day you're feeling happy and energetic and you're not doing as much. Maybe you're doing the minimum, if not worse. Now, is that sincere? Is that consistent? No. What's sincere is consistent. If we look closely at the life of our Prophet ﷺ, we'll see that he didn't allow that kind of excessive behavior. He always encouraged balance. That's the essence of what these hadiths are teaching us. Follow the middle path, avoid extremes, but also don't be lazy. Excellence within your capacity. That's the goal. So yes, be moderate, but also be purposeful. So strive for the best you can give, and don't forget that even the smallest acts done with consistency can carry the greatest amount of weight. I'll move on to the second hadith now. This hadith will be more of a conclusion and support to the first hadith that we just talked about.
The best of people is the one who lives long and performs good deeds.
The length of a person's life on this world is determined by Allah, and every action we perform constitutes our deeds on this earth. Mere longevity with no righteous actions holds no real value in terms of goodness. In this hadith, the concept of good is examined through the relationship between lifespan and good deeds. In another hadith, the opposite is mentioned.
The most harmful of people is the one who lives long and whose deeds are evil. The Prophet's words, if a believer's life is extended, his goodness increases, further clarifies this point.
What truly matters is whether the deeds are good or bad. Living a long life in itself isn't a virtue. Only when good deeds are added to that long life does it actually gain value. A very crucial point about this, along with doing righteous deeds and living a good life, the Prophet ﷺ also advised behaving like a stranger or a traveler in this world. He meant your life on this earth is limited. You're just a passenger on this life train, and at one point you have to get off at the last station. So another interesting thing about this hadith is that our Prophet ﷺ said this hadith while holding Abdullah ibn Umar's shoulder. Because of this, every now and then Ibn Umar used to say,
"When evening comes, don't expect to see the morning, and when morning comes, don't expect to see the evening. Take advantage of your health before sickness and your life before death."
Now I want to end the video here with another clip I think that fits perfectly. Thank you for watching. Hopefully it was beneficial. And the wind didn't bother you guys too much. I would love to hear you guys' feedback in the comment section so I can improve myself. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.
Maybe I should just quit and go back to making noodles.
Quit, don't quit. Noodles, don't noodles. You are too concerned with what was and what will be. There's a saying, yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery, but today is a gift. That is why it is called the present.